Am I a real artist if I trace? I know I'm going to get a lot of criticism for making this tutorial, but I really want to talk about this subject because I believe it's important, and a lot of artists are already using this approach. And why not? Why not make our job easier if we have the tools to do that? The subject I'm talking about is tracing. There's a lot of debate on this, and I often hear people say that if you trace, then you're not a real artist and it is considered cheating. But I don't agree with that at all. We're all entitled to our own opinions, and that's fine because we're all different. Personally, I think tracing saves me a lot of time, which means I can get to the parts I truly love faster, the parts where I bring a drawing to life with layering, blending, and adding details. In my opinion, that's where the real artistry happens. No one will ask how you started the drawing, they just care about the final result, not so much the initial sketch. Creating the illusion, the depth, and the realism, that's the true talent. Sure, sketching from scratch is also an important skill, and I can sketch just fine. But as a commissioned artist who's often overwhelmed with projects, I have to find ways to speed up my process to meet deadlines without disappointing clients. Most of my work is for specific occasions, birthdays, Christmas, anniversaries, so timing is everything. Tracing is my way to ensure that I get work done efficiently and that my clients get what they're expecting when they need it. I understand the art community is split on this. Some people say you should never skip the sketching process, that it's essential for any real artist. Others think sketching isn't as important and that the focus should be on the final outcome, and I agree with that too, but no matter what you do, you're never going to please everyone. The reason I want to make this video is to reassure beginners who might be using tracing as a tool. Don't feel like you're less of an artist or that you're doing something wrong, because you're not. You get to choose what works best for you, what fits your style, and what aligns with your goals as an artist. Art is complex. It's not something that can be put in a box or forced to follow rigid rules. If tracing helps you, then trace. You shouldn't have to overthink it. Of course, if you trace too much, there's a downside. You might lose your freehand sketching skills over time. So, it's good to sketch now and then to keep those skills sharp. For instance, when I had a large commission to do on a 50 by 70 centimeters canvas, if I had tried to sketch it all from scratch without any aids, it would have taken hours. But by using tracing paper, I saved myself so much time. It took only 15 or 20 minutes to get the basic outline, and then I could jump straight into the part I enjoy most. That time savings means a lot to me, as it lets me focus on the details and creativity without the pressure of spending endless hours on the initial sketch. So, in the video, I'm working on a commission, and yes, I'm tracing the basic outline. I wanted to use this moment to show my process and talk a bit about it. This isn't a tutorial on how to trace or what tools to use. It's about my opinion on tracing and whether it makes you any less of an artist. If you feel less creative because you're tracing, then go ahead and sketch every drawing you make. No one is stopping you, it's your choice. But if you're someone who doesn't enjoy sketching and feels like it's a waste of time, then go ahead and trace. Don't let what others say make you feel like you're less of an artist because you aren't. In my early days, I sketched a lot. I wanted to learn every stage of drawing, from sketching to layering, blending, and adding intricate details. Now, as a professional, I realize how much time sketching can take, time that adds pressure, especially when dealing with commissions. I have deadlines, and clients are counting on me to deliver work on time, so I had to find a way to make my process faster. Tracing has allowed me to reclaim that time, and it's been so helpful over the years. Sometimes I still enjoy sketching and keeping those skills fresh, but I want other artists, especially those who might be just starting, to know that you don't have to rely only on sketching if it's not what you prefer. Embrace the tools that help you achieve the best results and find your own path as an artist. I know I'm going to get a lot of hate after posting this video because, as I mentioned, the art community is really divided on this topic. There are artists out there who genuinely dislike tracing as a method. They consider it cheating. But when it comes down to it, I don't believe it's cheating. And I don't think any artist should feel forced into one way of doing things. You should be able to choose what tools you use and how you want to create your art without feeling limited by others' opinions. I hope this video helps you understand my perspective on tracing, and maybe it even gives you some insight if this is your first time hearing about it. If you're new to this method or you're curious about trying it yourself, I hope I can offer you a bit of clarity. Tracing, to me, is just one of many tools available to us. It's not about replacing skills or cutting corners. It's about working more efficiently and sometimes making our creative process a little easier. As artists, we have so many techniques, styles, and materials at our disposal, and tracing is just one of those options. I really hope this video gave you a better idea of what tracing can be and what it can offer. I know I rambled a bit, but I wanted to be as open as possible and to express what I feel from the bottom of my heart. Art shouldn't feel like a box where you're restricted to certain methods. It should be about freedom, expression, and creativity. Thank you so much for watching and listening to my thoughts. I hope this perspective was helpful, and I would love to see you in my next video as well.